Hello and welcome to the Nutrition for Seniors channel, your reliable source of knowledge about nutrition and health after 60. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most common problems many older adults face: why, despite all efforts, muscles just won't grow. Training, proper nutrition, supplements, everything seems to be done right, but there are no results. What's going on? As we age, building muscle mass becomes more challenging, but not impossible. The key is understanding which mistakes can completely undermine your efforts. Often, we don't even realize what's holding us back: the wrong choice of exercises, insufficient protein intake, chronic stress, or, for example, lack of sleep. All of these affect recovery, tissue growth, and overall metabolism. In this video, we will discuss the top 5 most common mistakes that prevent muscle growth after 60. Even those who have been training and taking care of themselves for a long time make these mistakes. So be sure to watch until the end, you might be making one or more of them too. We'll go through each point in detail: why it blocks progress, how to recognize it, and what you need to do to fix it. In addition, I will give you practical advice that will help not only to restore muscle mass but also improve overall well-being, boost your energy levels, and regain mobility. If you are over 60, know this: building strong muscles is not a luxury but a necessity. Strong muscles help prevent falls, improve posture, reduce joint pain, speed up metabolism, and even contribute to better cognitive function. So don't put off working on your body. Start today by avoiding the most common mistakes. So, let's get started. 1. Insufficient protein intake. One of the most common mistakes preventing older adults from building muscle mass is insufficient protein intake in the diet. Many people over 60 don't even meet the minimum daily requirement of this crucial macronutrient, which is necessary for muscle recovery and growth. There are many reasons for this: decreased appetite, digestive issues, dental problems, restrictive diets, and lifelong habits formed when protein received less attention. However, as we age, our need for protein actually increases, and its shortage becomes a critical barrier to achieving a strong and healthy body. Why is this so important? After 60, the body naturally loses muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. Without enough protein, this process accelerates. Protein is the building block for muscle fibers. Without it, recovery after physical activity is impossible, the synthesis of new tissue doesn't occur, and as a result, muscles don't grow. The daily protein requirement for older adults can range from 1.2 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, especially if they are actively training. This means a person weighing 70 kilograms needs at least 84 to 100 grams of protein per day, and that's the minimum. Unfortunately, many consume half that amount, unaware of the consequences. Older adults especially tend to rely heavily on carbohydrates: bread, cereals, potatoes. Yes, these provide energy, but they don't contribute to muscle recovery or growth. Moreover, excess carbohydrates combined with insufficient protein can lead to fat accumulation rather than muscle strengthening. What can be done? First, include high-quality protein sources in every meal. These can be lean meats: chicken, turkey, beef; fish, salmon, tuna, mackerel; eggs, Greek yogurt and cottage cheese; plant-based sources: lentils, chickpeas, tofu, quinoa. Second, don't hesitate to use protein supplements, especially if your appetite is reduced. A protein shake for breakfast or after workouts is a convenient way to fill the gap. The key is to choose a quality product without excess sugar or artificial additives. It is also important to distribute protein intake evenly throughout the day. Don't try to consume all your protein in one meal. The body can only effectively use about 25 to 35 grams of protein at a time, the rest might not be fully utilized. Finally, remember that proper protein absorption requires a healthy digestive system. Therefore, include probiotic-rich foods, kefir, yogurt, fermented vegetables, and fiber, which support gut flora. To sum up, Protein deficiency is the main obstacle to muscle growth after 60. Without sufficient protein intake, no amount of training will deliver the desired results. Make sure your diet is not just healthy eating, but focused on recovery, strength, and active longevity. 2. Lack of progressive overload. The second major mistake that prevents muscle growth after age 60 is the lack of progressive overload in training. Very often, older adults, even those who begin exercising regularly, end up doing the same exercises week after week, with the same weights, the same number of repetitions, and no increase in difficulty. As a result, the muscles simply adapt and stop growing. This phenomenon is known as a plateau, when the body no longer receives new stimuli to develop. The principle of progressive overload is the foundation of any effective muscle-building program, regardless of age. It means that muscles must be continuously challenged with slightly more effort than they're used to. Only then will they be forced to adapt, recover, and become stronger. For older adults, this principle is especially important because recovery processes slow down with age, and muscle growth occurs more gradually. But that doesn't mean muscles can't grow. In fact, research shows that even in your 70s and 80s, it's possible to build muscle mass with regular and progressively increasing workouts. So, what are some ways to apply progressive overload? Increase the weight. If you're using dumbbells or weight machines, try to gradually increase the weight, even by 0.5 to 1 kilogram every 1 to 2 weeks. Increase the number of repetitions or sets. If you're not yet ready to lift heavier, try doing more reps, say, 12 instead of 10, or add another set, going from 2 to 3. Make the exercise more challenging. For example, instead of just doing calf raises, do them while holding a weight, or add a pause at the top of the movement to increase time under tension. Reduce rest time between sets. This is another effective way to increase overall intensity and make your muscles work harder. It's important to note that progression should always be gradual and safe. There's no need to rush or push yourself to extremes. Doing so may lead to injury, especially if you have chronic health conditions. It's better to progress slowly but steadily. In addition, try to track your progress. Write down how much weight you used and how many reps and sets you completed in each workout. This will help you monitor improvements and avoid getting stuck in a rut. Another crucial point: variety matters. Changing exercises helps engage different muscle groups and keeps the body from getting too comfortable. Consider updating your workout routine every 6 to 8 weeks, add new movements, change the tempo, range of motion, or angles. Many seniors limit themselves to walking or gentle stretching, believing it's enough. While such activities are excellent for heart health and joint mobility, they do not provide sufficient stimulus for muscle growth. Muscles need to be challenged in order to grow. Don't be afraid of strength, be afraid of losing it. In summary, without progressive overload, there will be no muscle growth. Move forward by gradually increasing your training load. Even small, consistent changes over time can lead to meaningful results, strengthening your body and improving your quality of life at any age. 3. Lack of recovery and sleep. The third critical mistake that prevents muscle growth after age 60 is insufficient recovery and poor sleep. Many older adults underestimate the importance of rest, believing that results come only from the workout itself. But in reality, muscles don't grow in the gym, they grow after it, when the body rests, recovers, and rebuilds new muscle fibers. This is especially important for seniors. As we age, metabolism slows down, tissue regeneration becomes less efficient, and levels of key hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, both essential for building muscle, naturally decline. That means older adults need more recovery time than younger individuals. So, what recovery factors are especially important? 1. Quality sleep. Sleep is the body's most powerful recovery tool. During the deep phases of sleep, anabolic hormones are released, muscle fibers are repaired, the nervous system rebalances, and energy stores are replenished. If you're regularly getting only 5 to 6 hours of sleep or struggling with insomnia, no amount of exercise or protein will help you build muscle. Light bulb tips for better sleep. Aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Go to bed and wake up at the same time each day to support your biological rhythms. Avoid bright lights, screens, caffeine, and heavy meals at least 2 hours before bedtime. Create a relaxing sleep environment. Keep the room dark, quiet, and cool. 2. Rest days between workouts. If you're doing strength training or resistance exercises, your muscles need time to recover. This means you shouldn't train the same muscle groups on back-to-back days. Muscles typically need 48 to 72 hours to fully recover after a workout. Light bulb example: weekly split. Monday, lower body workout. Wednesday, upper body workout. Friday, full body session with lighter intensity or active recovery like swimming or yoga. 3. Relaxation and stress reduction. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, a hormone that breaks down muscle and interferes with recovery. This is particularly relevant for older adults, who may experience higher levels of anxiety, sleep disturbances, or emotional stress, all of which can literally eat away at muscle mass. Light bulb helpful practices. Meditation or deep breathing exercises. Walking outdoors in nature. Listening to calming music, engaging in hobbies, and socializing with positive people. 4. Post-workout nutrition. It's not just about training, recovery nutrition matters too. Within 30 to 60 minutes after exercise, it's important to consume both protein and carbohydrates to kickstart muscle repair and energy replenishment. Examples: a cup of Greek yogurt with berries, a vegetable omelette, or a banana protein smoothie are all great post-workout options for seniors. White heavy checkmark conclusion. Lack of rest and sleep is one of the main reasons why older adults struggle to build muscle. Without proper recovery, muscles simply won't grow. Make rest and sleep as much of a priority as your workouts and nutrition. When you do, you'll start to see real results: improved strength, greater endurance, and better overall well-being. 4. Inadequate protein intake. One of the most common and serious mistakes when trying to build muscle after the age of 60 is not consuming enough protein. Protein is the building block of muscle, and without an adequate amount in the diet, any kind of workout will be almost useless. This becomes especially important in older age when the body's natural protein synthesis processes slow down, increasing the need for this crucial nutrient. Many people over 60 consume too little protein for a variety of reasons: reduced appetite, difficulty chewing or digesting food, or outdated dietary beliefs, such as thinking that meat is harmful, or that older adults should eat light and less. As a result, the body doesn't receive enough amino acids to rebuild and grow muscle tissue. How much protein do you need after 60? Recommendations for older adults differ significantly from those for younger people. While younger adults may only need about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, people over 60 often need between 1.2 and 1.5 grams per kilogram to maintain and build muscle mass. For example, if you weigh 70 kilograms, about 154 pounds, you should be aiming for 85 to 105 grams of protein daily. This may sound like a lot, but it's absolutely achievable with a well-structured diet. Protein should be included in every meal, including snacks. Best protein sources for older adults include animal sources: eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, lean meats. Plant-based sources: lentils, chickpeas, beans, tofu, tempeh, quinoa. Protein supplements: whey or plant-based protein powders and shakes. Particularly beneficial options are Greek yogurt, high in protein and probiotics, eggs, which have a complete amino acid profile, and fish, a good source of protein plus omega-3 fatty acids. These are not only rich in protein but also easy to digest, important for an aging digestive system. Common protein mistakes. Eating protein only at lunch. Muscles grow throughout the day, not just in the afternoon. Distribute your protein intake evenly: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Skipping meals. Every skipped meal is a missed opportunity for muscle repair and growth. Following low-calorie diets. Many older adults unintentionally eat too few calories. When energy intake is too low, the body may break down muscle for fuel. Protein and calories need to go hand in hand. Practical tips. Start your day with protein, eggs, cottage cheese, or a protein smoothie. Add protein to snacks: handful of nuts, a serving of yogurt, or a slice of cheese. Use softer, easy-to-chew protein options if you have dental issues. Control portion sizes, but never skimp on the protein portion of your meal. White heavy checkmark conclusion. Without enough protein, it's impossible to build, or even maintain, muscle mass after 60. Protein is the fuel and raw material for your body. Consistent and sufficient protein intake is one of the most important factors in combating age-related muscle loss and weakness. If you want to stay strong and active, start by improving what's on your plate. 5. Lack of progression and workout adaptation. Many older adults make the mistake of starting an exercise routine but failing to adapt or progress their workouts over time. They end up doing the same movements with the same weight for weeks or even months. This leads to stagnation, lack of results, and even loss of motivation. In order for muscles to grow, they need to be constantly challenged. This principle is known as progressive overload. Without it, the muscles simply get used to the load, and growth comes to a halt. Why is progression so important? As we age, the natural processes of muscle growth slow down. Therefore, to even maintain current muscle mass, older adults need to stimulate their muscles more frequently and effectively than younger individuals. This doesn't necessarily mean lifting heavier weights, but rather introducing variety and consistent progression. If you're always lifting the same dumbbell, doing the same 10 repetitions, or walking the same 20 minutes on the treadmill, your body stops seeing this as a challenge. And muscles grow precisely in response to challenge, a reasonable, controlled form of stress. Forms of progression include: increasing weight, gradually increase the resistance. Even adding 1 to 2 kilograms every 1 to 2 weeks is a step forward. Increasing repetitions or sets: if you've been doing 10 reps, try 12. Or move from 2 sets to 3 sets over time. Slowing down the tempo: performing exercises more slowly increases muscle tension and makes them work harder. Shortening rest time: reducing rest periods between sets increases intensity and stimulates muscle growth. Introducing new exercises: vary your movements by changing angles, range of motion, or equipment. For example, swap dumbbells for resistance bands, or do exercises standing instead of seated. Mistakes to avoid: fear of increasing the load. Some people worry they'll become too bulky or injure themselves. But without a sensible increase in resistance, there will be no progress. Focusing only on cardio, walking, swimming, and cycling are excellent for cardiovascular health but are not substitutes for strength training, which is essential for building and maintaining muscle. Training too infrequently, once-a-week workouts are better than none, but not enough to stimulate muscle growth. Ideally, aim for 2 to 3 strength training sessions per week. Practical tips: keep a workout journal, track the weights used, reps, and sets. This helps you monitor your progress and stay motivated. Change something every 1 to 2 weeks, slight variations can reignite progress and keep workouts interesting. Listen to your body but don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, that's where true growth happens. Work with a trainer or follow a program that is tailored to your age and fitness level. White heavy checkmark conclusion: without progression, workouts lose their effectiveness. Muscles need constant stimulation and variety to grow. Don't be afraid to adapt and challenge yourself, this is the key to gaining strength and endurance after 60. A strong body is possible at any age, as long as you continue to push it wisely. Now you know which mistakes most often prevent people over 60 from building muscle mass. Maybe you recognized yourself in at least one of these points, and that's already a step forward. Remember, age is not a sentence. Muscles can grow after 60, even after 70. The key is to create the right conditions: nutrition, exercise, recovery, and patience. If you want to see results, fix these mistakes, give your body what it needs, and you'll be surprised at what even mature muscles are capable of. Subscribe to the Nutrition for Seniors channel, give this video a like, and let us know in the comments which of these mistakes you've already overcome. See you in the next episodes.